Hi guys, welcome to online Design and Draw orientation. So if you're watching this, then hopefully you still managed to catch one of the orientations earlier this week. But if you missed some of it or feel like you didn't catch everything, you need to go review, I wanted to make this video available for you. So I'm going to walk through our orientation agenda. You don't need to do attendance for this. And so first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to tell you a quick couple things about me. Here is my virtual locker. I have a daughter, Emmy. She's the best. She's 4 and she's going to preschool. So today's a big day for her. I have a dog, Delilah. She's an old lady, but she's awesome. There she is. My favorite artist, or one of my favorite artists, I have a lot of favorites, but it's Frida Kahlo. She's a Mexican-American artist with a really sweet unibrow. You might be familiar with her. There's my family right there. I love alternative music. This one's Quinn, if you're familiar. I do try and eat vegetarian, but it doesn't always happen. But I cook a lot of vegetarian, so I put it in here, and I just discovered Kind Food, if you're familiar with that restaurant. It's outside, which is one of the reasons I discovered it this year, but delicious, and it doesn't taste like vegetarian. It tastes so good. But I love ice cream, and I love cookies. I have such a sweet tooth, and I love like Dragonfly T-Zone has bubble tea, just the original. It's the best. I spent a lot of the summer biking with my daughter. She learned how to ride a bike. She has a frozen bike with a frozen helmet, and she's pretty fierce going down a hill. And I like to run whenever I can. That's kind of my way to clear my head. So that's about me. I can't wait to learn more about you. Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to do a quick Schoology tour. So I'm going to walk you through where all the most important things are on Schoology. So when you get into Schoology, to get to the course, you're going to click on courses. And then I made this nice little picture here so you can see the art one very quickly. You have a couple different tabs on the side. Updates is an important one. And so that's just where I'm going to be posting little reminders. Hey, this is due tomorrow, or today it was online orientation. It's starting soon. Here's the link if you need it. But materials is where the real meat of the work is going to be. This is where all of your resources are going to be, all of your assignments, all of your projects will be turned in. So this week, your job, the first thing on your list is to go through everything in the online student orientation folder. So it says start here. You'll click on that. I've got a checklist for you, but honestly, you can just walk through these things. The first thing you need to do is introduce yourself. This isn't just for me, this is for the whole class, so we can know who's here and get to know you guys. And that's just a quick discussion post. Then important design and draw course information is really the most important. So here we have your syllabus. I'm going to go through that really quickly because that's pretty important. So here it says, please read through this syllabus. And when you're done, you'll check that you have completed it. I want to make sure you have this information. Here's what that looks like. So you've got my email. These are my office hours. So if you need to show me art, if you feel like it's something that can't be answered in an email, or you just want to chat through an idea, I am available for my office hours Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 8:30 to 9 a.m. and 12:30 to 1 p.m. This will start this Friday, okay? This week, I'm doing orientations on Wednesday, and obviously we don't have school on Monday, but this Friday will be my first normal office hours, and you just go to the class Zoom link, which is linked in a lot of places. It's the same link, and just meet me on there, say hi, ask me whatever question you might have. Then this is really important. It's also linked back in Schoology, so we'll come back to it, but this is our weekly schedule and announcements. This is where everything you need is going to stay to keep you organized, make sure you know what you're doing, okay? Here are the basic projects that you can expect to do. We have our creativity grid, which will be our first little mini project, a still life, a theme design, which is pen and ink. You will have a midterm mini test. I don't think it's really a test, but it's basically over elements and principles, which are covered in our in this week, actually. We will do a scratchboard project, a watercolor landscape, and then a quick graphic design project. And then your final, instead of doing a test for your final, you'll put together a portfolio for that. Expectations are you're still a Park Hill student, regardless if you go to Park Hill South, Lead, you're online or in person. So please make sure you're still following the code of conduct. You're being respectful. Grading, I try and make grading as simple as possible. It's points. So you'll get 20 points for any of like the mini projects or mini assignments, and then 100 points for any project. And the 100 points is broken down into these 4 different categories, which are 25 points each. So, and we'll talk about that more when we get to where we're ready to grade. Late work policy, if there is a reason, if you're not feeling well, if you miss something, you need more time on your project, you want to make it really awesome, please just make sure you always communicate to me. Send me an email, and I will make sure that I can accommodate for that and I don't count it off for being late. And then publication of student art. So even though I won't physically have your art, I should get pictures of it because that's how you'll submit it for me to grade it. Some of those images we might end up using to showcase the cool things that you guys are doing. And so if for any reason you don't want me to showcase something, please just shoot me an email. You can do that at the beginning of the whole semester, or just if there's like a couple projects in particular, and I'll make sure I don't use it. Okay. And then image gallery prep. So there are some images that we're going to refer to that I want you guys to be aware of so you can start taking pictures. And that we'll need a self-portrait, a pet image or a favorite animal, shoes or a favorite plant, a landscape, and any images relating to your culture or heritage. We'll be talking about those and referencing those for various projects throughout the semester, but I wanted you to have a heads up so you can start accumulating some of those photos. All right, and that's the syllabus. We're going to go back to Schoology. In the important course information, the second thing is, I think, the most important thing you can have, and that is the weekly announcement. It's our calendar, okay? So if you open this up, it says, please save this link. This calendar will be updated every single week. So starting next Wednesday, you'll have another week on there. And on it, not only does it have that class Zoom link if you want to jump into office hours, but it has links to various things that we'll be doing, and it's going to tell you what you should be working on, okay? And so it's going to say this week, like I said, you need to do orientation, which is what you're doing right now. You need to complete everything in the orientation folder, which is what I'm showing you. And then starting tomorrow, you can go to Unit 1, and the first folder is called Intro to Elements and Principles. And there's an Elements and Principles videos playlist that you'll just watch those videos, take notes, become familiar with the elements and principles of art. And then you're gonna do the element scavenger hunt assignments, okay? And it has the instructions on there. So those are the only things I have you doing this week because I'm trying to start slow. But all of those things, the orientation folder and your scavenger hunt, are due next Tuesday. And then you'll have a new calendar with what you're doing next week, and we'll actually jump into our first project. So save this, so important. I'm gonna say it 100 times. Save it, save it. That's not 100, but we'll go with it. The next thing is the online survey. So I already sent this out in my first email, but if you didn't get a chance to take it, please do. It's really helpful so that I know what's going on with you at home, and I can get to know you a little bit better. And then here's the Meet Miss Jury, which you already saw. Finally, we have 2 more folders. So prepare to be an online student. It's pretty generic. Online digital citizenship, academic honesty, successful online learner. please make sure you go through those, you're familiar with them. You're probably doing these in most all of your online classes. So if you've already read it, then you can just kind of click quickly. But if you haven't read it, make sure you take the time to know what you're doing. Okay. Then there's a log into Adobe for the first time. This is specific for art. So we use Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator for our last project of the semester. There's a certain way you have to log in, and it has all the instructions in here, but sometimes it can be a pain. So I want you to go ahead and do that right now at the beginning of the semester. So if you have any problems, we can fix that. And so you have access to Photoshop and Illustrator throughout the semester. If you want to get in there and play around, it's yours. Okay, if you need any help, there's a couple links in here. Otherwise, you can always email me. And I'm going to go back. Here's where your first assignment is that I just showed you on that calendar. So you'll open this up, Elements and Principles. You'll watch the videos in this playlist folder, and then you'll complete that assignment for this week. Okay. Last thing I want to go over is supplies. So I have supplies ready to go. You are welcome to get your own supplies. However, I wanted to make sure everything was available for you so you don't feel like you have to go buy anything. So starting today, you can come to the Lead Innovation office, and all you have to do is come in and say, I need the Design and Draw Online Supply Kit. Okay, there's a big box of them right there. You'll grab a manila folder that has the kit on top of it, and then you'll also grab this bag. In the bag, we have your sketchbook, we have a drawing pencil and eraser, watercolors, your own set of colored pencils, a Sharpie, a scratchboard tool, and a tortillon to shape things. In this folder, you're going to have a copy of your syllabus, various worksheets that we'll be working on starting next week. So make sure you get this at some point this week. And then also a scratchboard, watercolor paper, drawing paper for you to use for your main projects. So you should have everything you need. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at any time, and I hope you have a great week.